Hey guys, what's up? So I just want to do a video on a truck update. Basically, after 3 months of full-time pressure washing, what's working, what's not working, and stuff I recommend and whatnot. So I'm not really going to go in detail about how much stuff is and where I got it from. You can look at my previous video of my build list, and I'll link that down below also. And I'll also link down below the first video I did on my truck update, so that you can watch that after this and see what has changed in my opinion as far as equipment wise. So but my truck, it's been 3 months now. I'm midway through my 4th month, so I'm just now getting around to making this video. But 3 months, my setup in total without the truck is probably $4,000 to $5,000. Probably closer to four. I'm sure the total price is in that build list video. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I have not invested a whole lot into this since my initial build. I've probably spent maybe $600 in upgrades and whatnot, just because I feel like I'm not in the position where I need to upgrade. I got a 4 gallon a minute, and for the amount of work that I'm doing right now, I feel like that's good. Do I want an 8 gallon a minute? Yeah. Do I want an electric start? Yeah. But at the moment, I don't feel like it is smart to spend the money for that, because it'd make my life a little bit easier and faster, but I don't have the jobs backing that up right now. I want to bankroll as much money as I can, make as much money as I can, pay myself, and then all the money left over, I want to keep as much as I can after expenses to have in the bank, because whenever I have a slow week or something, I want to still be able to pay myself and still be able to operate. If I make $5,000 in profit for that month, I'm not going to pay myself $5,000. Eventually one day I'll like to, pay myself good, but right now I pay myself as an employee, and that's personal preference. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. This is not a how to run your business, how to start a pressure washing company. This is not none of that. This is my journey and giving you my opinions and showing you how I'm doing it. I've said that from the beginning. This is not a how-to series, because I'm a new guy basically. So if you haven't been following along, I did not do any pressure washing before I started my business. I don't recommend that either. So I think you should get out there part-time and do a little bit here and there and decide if you like it or not, and learn. But that's not how I wanted to do it. So I wanted to go all in full-time. That's just how I want to do it. That's how I planned it. So it's been working out pretty good though, so I can't complain. But let me flip the camera around and show you what we got. Alright, so here's the truck. It's 08 F-150. We got the Craftsman toolbox, and I love having this toolbox on the truck. Toolbox was a little expensive, but it's nice to be able to store my stuff and lock my stuff in here. So I needed to pull all this out and reorganize. Luckily I have been busy, and I have not been putting a lot of work into keeping my truck that clean and organizing, but I need to get better at that. This is my broom handle that broke, but this little cheap toolbox, I got tools in. Some of them are up here, just basic tools that I feel like I need to keep on the truck in case I ever need anything. I got a poncho and a hoodie up here. I got some trash bags, plastic, big plastic tarp things, some trash bags, and big trash bags, Walmart trash bags, and then I got shower caps. All that stuff I use for property protection, covering up stuff. And then here is my basically pressure washing accessories stuff. You know, turbo nozzle. Definitely recommend getting a turbo nozzle if you're starting out. They come in handy for doing, you know, getting up hard spots on the concrete. You know, doing curbing, bricks, and stuff like that. It's nice. This is a commercial 4-way key for using commercial spigots. I used it yesterday for the first time. WD-40, need to keep that on your truck. Keep all your fittings lubed up. White and green tip are the two always used, and I probably have ever used. I have a extra downstream injector right here. If I can get it out, hold on. So I use general pump 2.1 orifice, 3 to 5 gallon. These are 20 bucks a piece at my local pressure washing store without the fittings. But I keep this one on there, good to go. In case I have trouble with mine, I can easily just swap it out, and I ain't got to try to fix mine on site. They're 20 bucks, so whenever I went to get some, I bought two. Yeah, guys, just any kind of stuff I need. And down in there is a bag full of all kind of, you know, quick connects. I got O-rings, you know, anything you think you need. Keeping it, like I said, I need to organize this again. And here's my J-rod. So this one came with my Softwash system. I only use this fan. I don't know if you can see. I only use this fan and this long cowtail shooter tip. I bought this one too. This is a mini cowtail shooter tip. I never used it, so I recommend getting the long cowtail shooter tip and then a fan. I want to get the one that has a shooter tip and M5 twist on it that I've been seeing going around Facebook. I've wanted M5 twist ever since I started, but I did not want to fork out the money. But I do want to get one of those. I'm planning on getting one of those soon. And then some wrenches, ball valve. I got this when I started, but I did not use it at all until last month when I got my new surface cleaner. But you need a ball valve if you have a surface cleaner that has a trigger on it. It makes life easier. Cut it on and off, and for you to switch back and forth. My screw came off, the nut came off, and so I was just putting the handle in my pocket, and but it's really annoying to turn. I don't know if it's just mine or what, but I keep this wrench in my pocket, and I just use this wrench to open and close it. It makes life way easier whenever I'm surface cleaning. This is my Softwash gun, leaf blower, Husqvarna 125B. This thing's nice. I ain't had no issues out of it. I haven't used it a whole lot. I've got it primarily for blowing off concrete before I clean it. I haven't really needed it a whole lot for that. I used it a few times blowing off concrete. I use it more for gutters because I have a gutter attachment for it. And I haven't done a whole lot of gutters yet either, but it is springtime, so when the fall time hits, I imagine I'll be using that a whole lot more. This is my Softwash pump. It's a North Star 5.5 GPM. I've used it twice. I've had 2 jobs where I needed my Softwash system. So starting out, if you're just going to focus on driveways and house washing, basically, I don't say you need a Softwash kit starting out. You know, I went ahead and started out with one because, you know, I didn't know. Watching YouTube videos, you know, Joe Deere does the roof every day. You know, you starting out, you don't know this stuff. So I've used it twice. 42 jobs. I've used that twice. So it comes in handy. I use it for transferring bleach sometimes, but I don't use it a whole lot for roofs yet. I have this marine grade switches that is, I think, for boats. You know, that's my pump. This is my bed lights you can see under there. If I'm working at night, which I have not yet, but at the time, you know, didn't know. And then this one is extra. Then it tells you the voltage of your battery. You know, my battery's right there. I don't know if you've seen it. And then I have it plugged up to this solar charger. It works okay, I guess. Every now and then this gets pretty low and I have to hook it up. But I have a pigtail. This is a solar charger. I can unplug a solar charger and plug up a trickle charger to the extension cord and charge the battery up that way. This is my gutter cleaning kit you put on the leaf blower. I call it the candy cane. I got it off Amazon. Comes in handy if you're doing gutters. That's awesome. I got my 55s. This one's water with a Hudson valve in it, and this one's my bleach tank. And then I have a drop stick that goes to my pump, and then I just keep the drop stick in water whenever I'm not using it. And then I have another drop stick for my downstream injector. So there's my downstream injector. Pressure gauge, I always keep a pressure gauge on. I've went through 3 pressure gauges so far, so I don't know why they're not lasting like they should, but they're 20 bucks a piece. I guess that's why I buy cheap ones. I don't know. But I always want to know what my machine's running at, and so I always want to have a pressure gauge on there. But I did have the 15-gallon soap tank, which started out as my soap tank, because if you remember, I had the blend manifold mounted right here. I had trouble with that, so I took it off and decided to batch mix. And like I said, I've only needed that twice, but 15 gallons is not enough for batch mixing. So I did get a new drums the other day. I donated the 15-gallon one to my local Humane Society, and I filled it up with bleach for them. But I have a 30-gallon and a 55. So whenever I need them for batch mixing, then I'll put it on the truck. But I'm not going to keep it on the truck because I'm not doing enough right now of that. But if I have a job come up where I know I need it, then I'll stick it on the truck and put my drop stick in it and be good to go. So, but my Predator still running good. It's got 125 hours on it. I don't know if you can see that. I definitely recommend getting an hour meter. These things are 10 bucks on Amazon. It just wraps around your spark plug, and that way you can keep up with how long your machine runs, and you know, keep up with your oil changes basically. You know, it's time for oil change again now. But this guy's been running good, can't complain. Starts up every second pull normally. So can't complain with that. You know, the first one I had, the pump did go out after 3 weeks, but you know, that's why you get warranties, and Harbor Freight owns their warranties. That's one good thing about them. Yeah, they do have cheaper stuff, and but they have good warranties. So I do have 2-year warranty on this one, plus the 90 days. So that's 27 months total. And I took the other one off the truck, put it back on the stand it came on. I keep the stand up in my attic, but I put it back on the stand. Got the original hose and my gun and all my tips, and took it to Harbor Freight, rolled it in there, and rolled out with this one within 5-10 minutes. And so I can't complain about that. Got my 2 milk crates screwed down here. Keep my mixed gas for my leaf blower, and then pump up sprayers for, you know, degreaser. One I think has NMD 80 or One Restore in it, and then that one, I think that one is a house wash mix, or I think it's like a 3% mix for like demonstration purposes, or if I see something that I missed or something, I can hit it with that real quick. But I have all of them labeled. You need to keep your stuff labeled. I have it labeled with a Sharpie. But and then got some Windex there. Got a spray bottle. I think the spray bottle is house wash mix. And then I have another spray bottle that is degreaser. I did have some Rust Aid in one, but I used all that one day. And that one might be the empty one that from the Rust Aid. But I got some One Restore over there, a little bit of NMD 80 left, and that is some Gold Assassin degreaser. I'm out of LA Awesome. I got some in the garage right there. I need to grab and stick in here. But I use LA Awesome pretty often for gutters. Got a cheap little broom on here. If there's a little spot of something on the concrete I need to sweep off before I get started, if it's not enough to break out the leaf blower, I got a little broom I can sweep. Squeegee, you need to get a squeegee. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I have used it a few times. And this mop, you don't really need a mop. I got that the other day for getting some red dirt out of a garage at the new construction project I was doing. Got some orange cones, cheap from Walmart. I put one, right there and at the front of the truck if I'm parked on a road somewhere, and fold my mirror in. That way, hopefully, it prevents somebody from hitting my truck if I'm parked on the road. But you never know. I've also used them to block driveways and block off stuff for if I don't want nobody turning in there or something while I'm working. I've used those for that too. My 5-gallon gas can, it's empty, and that's why it's laying on the side. I keep it velcroed to this milk crate right here, and yesterday I topped off my machine and need gas, so I just threw it right there. My gun is the original one that came with my machine. It is leaking pretty bad. It's not, I guess, closing all the way. So I am going to get a new gun soon to have on here, and I will mainly use that gun for soft washing that I get, and to keep this one on the truck as a backup and for pressure washing, because it is pretty long. And it leaking is not really a bad thing, because it's kind of keeping water coming through the pump a little bit. But it is having issues after 3 months now. So face shield, recommend having a face shield. That's something that I did not order initially, but after my first house wash or two, I realized I needed that. This is my Surface Max Pro 15-inch surface cleaner that I used for 2 months. Made a lot of money with that thing, $150 from Lowe's, and I made thousands of dollars for that. Worked out good. I say that is good for a homeowner, but not if you are a professional pressure washer. Um, it does the job, gets you by, but you really need something like this. So I got this Pressure Pro 18 inch probably a month ago, and it is day and night compared to that thing. So much nicer on your back, so much easier, and you cover a lot more, and it the tips are correct, and doesn't leave lines and stuff like that quite as bad as that one does. So step ladder, I use this thing every day, multiple times a day. Set it right here, getting in and out of the truck. It's nice to have a step ladder. And then my brush right here I got from Lowe's. It's got like a soft bristle brush tip on it, and this is extendable. I think it goes like 20 feet or something. I do that for gutters. That's mainly why I have it, and I use it every time I do gutters. My ladders, I have a 8-foot step ladder and a 16-foot extension ladder with a stabilizer on it. I recommend getting at least a 20-foot extension ladder. 16-foot ladder seems to be not enough. So on one stories, like right here, I think the max you get out of a 16-foot is 13 feet maybe. But I feel like I'm maxed out at most of my properties. I'm maxed out. And so I definitely recommend getting a 20-foot. There wasn't that big of a price difference. I should have got the 20-foot. And I did not get the step ladder whenever I started, but very quickly realized, hey, this would be so much nicer to do if I had a step ladder. So I've used a step ladder probably more than the extension ladder, for covering up ceiling fans or lights, just getting up higher to hit the roof. The step ladder works out great. So I definitely recommend having both though. And my hose reels are General Pump. I got them from Tool Barn, I believe. They work out great. Haven't had no trouble with them. This one here, that little piece right here, is missing. I don't know what happened to it, but I just keep this hose wrapped up, and it's heavy where it doesn't really go nowhere. So I have 150 foot of pressure hose on here. I think this is a 200 foot reel, but 150 is a good fit for a 200 foot reel. And then I have 150 of Softwash hose. Like I said, I've only used this twice. So, but this stuff works fine. It's heavy, it's hard to maneuver, but haven't had no issues with it. Flexzilla water hose, works great. I can't complain. I've been using them for 3 months now. I have 100 feet on here. Did have 150, but I took 50 off because 100 is 9 times out of 10. 100 is enough. I do have an extra 50 foot that I keep on the truck, and an extra 50 foot of pressure hose. This is the one that came with my machine. I've only needed the pressure hose one time, and I think I've only needed the water hose one time too, probably. But I keep both of them wrapped up and tucked in my truck. I was cleaning out my truck the other day, so I threw them back there. But I keep them wrapped up and tucked back there, so if I ever need it, it's there. But most of the time, 100 on water and 150 on pressure has been enough. So because I can, like in my house, I'm parked right here. I got water connection there, water connection on that side. So 100 feet easily will work for both. 50 foot will probably work for both. And then I can go all the way around to that side of the house with 150 pressure, come back around, go down there if I need to. So 150 on most houses has been enough for me. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Recommend having a vise on your truck or trailer. I haven't used this a whole lot since I've been working. I use this a lot building my truck. But luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had many issues where I needed to put something in the vise to take it apart. But I recommend having a vise. I recommend getting some of these two bike chain locks. I have one for my ladders, and I have one for my surface cleaner. I didn't put it back on, but there's another one right there for my surface cleaner, just so if anybody wants to steal my stuff, they gotta work a little bit harder for it. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Haven't, like I said, I haven't reinvested a whole lot of money into my business as far as equipment. Since I've started, I've upgraded my surface cleaner to this guy. I think it was $325 from a local pressure washing store. Got this ladder for $75 off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was used but in brand new condition. And my downstream ejectors, I did not start out with downstream. I don't know why I didn't. It was stupid. So start out with the downstream ejector. So I thought I'll just have my blend manifold and use that for my house washing, and but no, downstream ejector is the way to go. So that should be the first thing you order. But because after I did a house soft washing with the pump, bleach pump, I was using blend manifold that day, and then rinsing with my pressure hose. It was so much easier just to do it with the downstream ejector. Just come back to the truck, take your I'll leave my downstream drop stick in my water so that anytime I'm using it and it's pulling water through there. And then whenever I am ready to spray my chemical, I take the cap off of that, take my drop stick out, stick it down there, then I'm pulling chemical. When I get done applying my chemical and it's time to rinse, I pull it out, stick it back in the water, and then after 30 seconds I have water coming through. And also it's rinsing out my downstream ejector. So always rinse your downstream ejector. The one time I did not rinse it out is when I post-treated the driveway. I didn't need to run water after I post-treated, but I did not run any water, so I didn't rinse out my downstream ejector. The next morning the ball was stuck, so I had to stick a screwdriver down there and unstuck it, and then it was good to go. But ever since then, I've always run water through there after I'm done and never had issues. So let me show you inside truck, see if there's anything. Sunscreen. We are in Alabama and it's hot. It's like 85 degrees a day. Yard signs. So let me show you. This is my first yard sign. It's two-sided, full color, and at stop signs, I got one in front of my house just to have, but it's hard to read. Can you read that? Pressure washing services? No, probably not. But I put mine in front of stop signs. That's always where I put them. That one is in my front yard just because I live here. But I always put it in front of stop signs. And it's kind of hard to read pressure washing services in my logo. You can see it clear right there, but driving down the road, pulling up a stop sign, it's kind of hard to read. You can tell with the wand what it is, but these are expensive too. There's like $4.75 a piece for full color, double-sided. And I started out with 25 of those, and I noticed yard signs was working, and so I ordered some new ones. These are my new ones. Cunningham Clean Pressure Washing, phone number, website. who I am, what I do, how to get in touch with me. So I feel like you can see these a lot better, and these are half the price as those. So I ordered 100 of those, and I always keep some in the truck because I try to put out at least one a day. Paper towels because I sweat a lot. I have an extra shirt and stuff, and then let's see. You know, this is all my cards. You know, I always keep cards in there. I got a box of 500 right there, and then in here I have my commercial postcards, flyers that I pass out to commercial places, and then I have my door hangers for residential. So them are two I keep in here. I got this little Tupperware container thing, and it fits right there, very nice and flush. But you know, I keep all kind of, you know, receipts, paperwork, everything gets thrown in there probably. But that's about it. You know, your boots. So sunscreen, boots, you know, your yard signs, your marketing stuff. You know, that's about it. Extra business cards, and then bug spray if you need bug spray where you are. I had a house last week that was out in the woods, and the gnats and mosquitoes and stuff was horrible. I've never seen anything like it. So I went and got some bug spray that afternoon. You know, some ibuprofen, some gloves. Keep a mask in here in case I ever have to wear one to, I don't know, doctor or somewhere like that. Not many places around here require masks. I ain't wore a mask in months now around here. Keep a medical bag just in case I ever need it for anybody. Now let me show you one more thing. Some Mr. Clean sponges. Them come in handy. On your water, so water comes into the hose and then goes right here to a Y, and then it goes from there into my tank. But on here I have another valve I can turn on, and I just have like a 5-foot hose that I can use to fill up a bucket or spray off something. But you always need to have this on your truck for safety reasons. If I get chemical on me or in my eye, I can come turn the valve on real quick and I got water. You know, I've got chemical on me twice and got 2 like mild chemical burns. It's kind of like a sunburn that goes away. But if I get in my eye something one day, you know, I can feel myself until I get to there, and you know, I can turn that on and grab that hose and rinse my eyes out. You know, hope it never happens, but if it happens, I can get to my get there and get my eyes cleaned out. But guys, that's about it. You know, as far as your truck, don't have a plain trailer with no info on it. You know, this is a $50 decal from Vista Print. There's one of those size, so it's $100. And then I got a girl that did all my other decals for me for $75. She gave me a pretty good deal. But you know, I got my website back here, what I do, and then I have another logo that I have inside. I just haven't put on. That goes right there. But you know who you are, what you do, how to get in touch with you. 3 things you need to have on your truck. And I even got a tag just because it's cool, and it's like $10 a piece or something. I ordered 2 just cause. But you know, spend you know, I got $175 on my decals. You know, spend $200-300, get decals on your truck. You know, you look a little more professional, and people know who you are, what you do, how to get that for you. So all right guys, that's about it. like I said, if you have any questions about any of the equipment I have, feel free to reach out, on Facebook, or I don't know if you can send me a message on YouTube. I don't think so, but feel free to reach out on Facebook or text me and tell me who you are and you got a question about something from YouTube or something, and then I'll text you back, give you a call. And but if you have a question about anything as far as my equipment, look in the description for the build list video. It should go over everything that I have on the truck as far as equipment. I think it was a pretty detailed video about all my equipment, where it came from, how much it was, and so on. And also I have a whole series of videos on building my skid, if you want to call it that, out. But like I said, I'm not an experienced pressure washer. I started out with 0 experience. I did not wash my first house until after this truck was built, and I started my LLC. I got a business bank account. I got my truck. I got everything for my truck, built my truck. I got insurance for my business and for my truck. I got marketing materials made, Facebook page, Google My Business, my shirts, everything before I ever washed my first house. So I did my driveway before I put the pressure washer on the truck, but before that, other than that, that is all the experience I had. And I've used a pressure washer a few times in my life, with cleaning dirt track cars or fire trucks or something, but not as a side job or a side hustle or anything like that. I didn't even have a pressure washer besides a little bitty cheap electric one that I hardly ever used. So, but I came across this at a time in my life where I knew I wanted a change. So I left my job of 10 years and I planned this for a year before I left my job. I drew out a business plan of, a rough estimate of how much I need to make on a daily and weekly and a monthly basis for me and the business to survive. And I felt like that was attainable. And so I ran with it, and it's going good so far. So it's a hustle. It's not just, Facebook ads are kind of pay to play in a way, but you also got to have good ads, yard signs, marketing material, you need all that stuff. You need to find out what works for you. So, and also connections, making connections. Half of my jobs have came from referrals probably. And people see that, you did this to her house or his house, they want that done too. And people, some people share your stuff on Facebook, and like, JC cleaned my house today, look at it. And then, people see that, I'm like, oh wow, look, we need to get that done. In Facebook groups has been a good source of jobs. Posting in Facebook groups, it's free advertising. Your truck is free advertising. Like I said, I got $175 in decals on my truck. How much are you gonna spend in a month on Facebook ads? And after a month they're gone. But my decals on my truck are gonna stay on my truck for a long time, as long as I have my truck, or until I change them or something. So I've never understood that. Whenever I see people with a plain truck and a plain trailer, no info, maybe you got a little bit of sign on the back of the trailer, If you want to get wrapped, get it wrapped. I'm all about that. I want to have mine wrapped one day. But starting out, it was I wanted just simple decals, simple look. One day whenever I'm hopefully in a bigger company and I got 2 or 3 trucks, all of them can be wrapped the same and have a nice brand going. But until then, you do what you gotta do to get by. So, but if you have any questions, let me know.